Hey guys! Oh, happy and welcome to CosmicT. Oh my gosh, what an incredible day. Is anybody else just having? I'm sorry, I got my hair cut and I'm like, what's happening? Um, is anybody just having like one of those days that's so beautiful where you're just like, oh, and here she is. Oh my gosh, there we go. Guys, we're getting so good. Is she in? Did I do that? Hold on. There we go. Okay, so guys, welcome to Cosmic Tea. There she is. Oh my God.
Hey,
I'm gonna move
how
this
are
back.
you? How are you? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's adjust it all. Okay, hi.
Guys, we're seeing so many of the same little oh my God, the audience, it's so cool to have our cosmic tribe that comes each week. It's so good to see you all.
It really is. It really is. Hi, everyone. How are you? Who are you? Where are you from? Please share with us. We'd love to see our soul circle growing so much every single week. Hello, Nina.
Nina, what's up, girl? Oh my gosh. So guys, what brought you to today's Cosmic Tea? What inspiration, guidance, support are you needing on this fabulous Happy Hump Day, Wednesday? Let us know in the comments below. Um, Daniel, what's up? Who else is here?
Hi,
And
hi,
where
hi,
is everyone
everyone.
from?
Hello, hello. Welcome,
Okay.
welcome. So, welcome, Melissa Catherine. How are you?
I'm so good. Today has been a day of so much beautiful guidance and connection, and just it's a great day. Yeah. How to cancel negative thoughts. Becca, you got it, girl. Hi,
Yeah,
Sarah. Oh my
absolutely.
gosh.
So many of these beautiful faces. I love it so much. The thing is that it has felt very much like a Wednesday. There have been crazy storms here, and yeah, the universe is moving and shaking for sure. And it would be easy to slip into those negative thoughts real easy today, but we're not going to do that. We're going to, in fact, show you how to cancel those out. Today, I've been moving slow and just trying to trust it. Girl, that's same. That's what the whole week has been about. You just go slow, one step at a time. It's how you do
Yeah,
all the
one
things.
of the is Mercury. No, Mercury's out of retrograde, but there's still kind of that delay that you might be feeling, some of the uh, you either felt like last week we talked about the immense lightness you could have been feeling. I felt like a resurgence that very next day. And then at the same time, you might have more of a delayed kind of it's lingering effects, almost like a Mercury retrograde hangover. But one of the primary things, it's funny that the messages were how to cast out the questions for us to cover were about how to get out of the negative beliefs, but then also, Nina commenting about trusting the process. And Nina was at our Awakened Woman retreat, and one of the things that we really went into was the power in presence. And one of the things, I always share what's going on for me as well. And one of the things that I was really guided to in today's meditation was very much it's not even in the becoming. It's not even about the journey. It's not about the end destination. It's actually about the power in this present moment, right here, right now. And you being in the energy of, I have everything I need right now. It's not about tomorrow. It's not about next week. It's not about what will this thing that I'm going to do for me. It's actually just is what I'm doing in alignment with how I want to feel, is what I'm doing with alignment with who I want to be, is what I'm doing making me happy right now in this moment. That's all. And the power in that very moment and in that presence is the most important message that you can have to take with you, because that's really all that matters. And if you're working from that space, then every action you take will take you to exactly where you want to be. And it will have all those things encompassed with it, because you don't need to keep incessantly repeating to the universe everything that you need. In fact, often when we do, we're actually more in the energy of the absence of the thing that we want, the lack of the thing that we want, and creating and cultivating a negative vibration versus staying in a positive, fluid, flowing, abundant vibration. So I really just wanted to start off today's Cosmic Tea from the place of really understanding a lot of trust and a lot of getting out of negative thoughts, is going, well, what is it that I need right here, right now? And can I find joy in the now? Versus, and the next thing that I will say to that is also really, really understanding, and I was guided to this today, even with myself in so many ways, of how have you asked for the things that you want, but aren't fully appreciating them or receiving them because they don't look the way you wanted them to, or aren't exactly to the level of what you think you need them to be. So for instance, let's just use money. If you are wanting to cultivate a certain amount of money and create that in your space, and you're receiving money, but you're going, oh, well, that's not enough. If the vibration underneath is that's not enough, well, then you are closing off being the receptive channel for the very thing that you want in the quantities that you want. So you could continue to receive, and you can continue to ask, and you can continue to meditate and get in the vibrational space of bringing that in. But the caveat is to the amount that you're really desiring. If you are not in the space of the gratitude and in the joy of the having it the way that it's coming in to allow for the expansion of that, then you're missing it. And I find that that's often what happens in the realm of manifestation, and also through just having negative energy and vibration that we have with things.
Yeah, I think that's an important takeaway message, how you just started it out with really about your vibration and about not what you want, because of course you can't get the answer to something on the same vibratory level as the problem, right? Or else it would already be solved. So we are in this Mercury retrograde shadow period, as it's known, for 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, and it's the same with full moons as well. Any massive astrological effect, such as Mercury retrograde or a full moon or even a new moon, Melissa and I were saying the other day, have been really powerful lately. So it's this emphasis on things that are already going on. Follow that up. We've had moon in Cancer the past 48 hours or so, which is a very watery, very emotive, sort of a sign. And it's all about the home, and it's all about the body, and it's all about really sort of dropping down into that emotive space. So not only are we still in the retrograde shadow period where it's like delays in communication, we're waiting to receive messages and the go ahead. So there's a lot of stuck energy still. Add to that the emotional sort of turbo that goes behind that, right? So it's sort of like, okay, well, I'm already feeling kind of stuck and frustrated. And then along comes this moon and Cancer energy, which is like, well, now you're going to feel really stuck and frustrated. And that's what we've been experiencing, is like we were saying, it's like that Mercury retrograde on steroids. And to the vein of what Melissa was saying, we talk about how to get in alignment with your desire and how to get in alignment with what you want to manifest. But what does that really mean? Because I think for many of us, and it's interesting, we're talking about this right now in our Ultimate Intention Manifestation group, which has been this incredibly intense experience for everyone that's involved, that there are so many roadblocks that we don't realize that we have that come up along the way. And what do you do with that, right? Do you just think positively? Do you just sidestep that? How do you deal with that? And here's the thing about demons. You can't run from demons. Those mofos will catch you every single time, and they will show up in the form of your ego and of your doubting self and of that lower vibratory identity that we don't align with anymore. And so part of the way that we teach clients to break free of that is to visualize. If you can't get there and you can't really embody the frequency of it, can you imagine, is which part of ritual every day? I think Do you mean the living in the vibration of it? Yeah. So if you can't imagine, which is really tough for people, because if you've never had $1 million and you have 25 cents in your bank account, that's going to be really fucking challenging. That's going to be real challenging to be like, okay, yeah, I live in this 1 bedroom, flat, and I have no money and I have no prospects and all of these things, but I'm going to imagine myself flourishing. That can be too big of a leap. And that's really something that's so under discussed when we talk about manifestation. So one thing that you can do that helps to prime the pump and helps to really get you in that vibratory receptive frequency is to sit and to work through the breathing patterns that we use, and to get yourself to visualize the other version of yourself, not the version that's saying you can't do it, nobody does it, nobody has it, who are you to even imagine that, the one that is pulling you towards it. And that's why you feel this discord, especially right now. It's this push pull. Your soul knows that you have ultimate fulfillment of your desires at any point. And the human part of us, the ego part of us, is like, not so fast. I'm gonna put you through some shit first. I'm gonna see how many bad habits are gonna stick. So we're constantly sort of transitioning away from that former version of ourselves, and that doesn't stop, by the way. That never stops. We're always transitioning into the next best version of ourselves. So that is just one of the techniques that we use, is the visualization. So sit there, really tap into your breathing, drop down into your heart space, and imagine, okay, if your ultimate desire is you want to be married with 2.5 children and you have no children and you're not even dating anyone, visualize what that version of you would do in her daily life. What kind of a car would she drive? How would she wear? How would she wear her hair? How would she wear her clothes? What would she act like in and out of work every day, or in and out of home life? What would the children look like? All down to the most minute detail. And if it seems too microscopic, it's not. I promise you that. And to visualize that, and what that does is it sort of circumvents the negative NLPs and negative neurolinguistic pathways in the brain, and it immediately drops you into that vibration of reception. From there, you will begin to get hits of call this person, apply for this job, go this way. That's where that intentional action comes in. So I know that was a super short story long, but I wanted to add that just to everything that Melissa was saying, because I think it just pairs. It's not frequent. Nobody else is talking about this, by the way. You will not go on YouTube and then when they show you law of attraction, nobody is talking about the shit that you can do to delay your manifestation, right? It's always like rainbows and sprinkles and all that, which it is. But there are things you need to know. There's a methodology to it. So I just wanted to offer that as well.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think one of the primary things that you always hear actually in the delay of the manifestation that I really dislike, to be honest, is that, when they say the only thing, like there's that quote, your internal reality is a direct correlation to your external reality. And I don't think that's true. I know a lot of people that are incredible, that have huge hearts and have a very abundant, rich life. And their life, they might not be living in mansions and driving, Porsches, but they're very happy. Their life is very full. They're very satisfied. They're very fulfilled. So I think the notion in manifestation that, what's really happening is you're blocking it because you're not pairing to, the vibration of what you want. Yes and no. And Olivia and I go really into this in our 30-day manifestation course, really supporting, our clients in, and we teach this in a way that I don't hear out there. And it's mainly because we both were like, somebody really needs to teach us also in this other way as well, not to demean all the beautiful teachers out there and all the work that they've done and those that we've learned from as well. But one of the things that I'll say to piggyback onto my beautiful co-host, Olivia, is, with the vibration, and she had mentioned that, you know, if you've got 25 cents in the bank and you want to be a multimillionaire, you know, you might just, you can state the affirmations till the cows come home, and you can sit every day and say in meditation, I want to be a millionaire. I'm going to sit with being a millionaire. I'm going to try to see myself being a millionaire. You might even see it, but if you can't ground into the feeling of having it, then drop yourself down to the closest vibration that will bring on the last memory where you felt wealthy. When was the last time where you felt wealthy, felt rich, felt the ease of money flowing to you? So another great way that you can do this, if you are somebody that truly struggles with actually seeing, ground into the feeling, bring yourself to the last memory. It does not, and a lot of people think like, oh, well, I don't know because I never had money come to me easily, or I don't know because I haven't hit that mark yet. It doesn't have to be that. When's another time where there was something that you wanted that just came to you super easily, and other people were like, how did you do that? You know, when was another time where you just felt very wealthy in just things being given to you, having a roof over your head, like gifts coming to you? So there's a lot of different ways that you can align with that vibration, and aligning with that vibration is going to drop you into the feeling, and that's really just as powerful, if not more powerful, than the visualization aspect. And I think a lot get really lost on like, I can't see it, I can't see it, I can't see it. Does that mean it's not going to happen? Or, you know, I'm affirming it till the cows come home, but nothing's changed. You know, and it's not to demean affirmations, because I also can say that the more you repeat something and allow it, I'm a hypnotherapist, the more you repeat something and allow it to penetrate the subconscious, it will end up becoming your reality, because your mind does not know the difference between a dream or reality. So the more that's hearing the repetition that is what is, then you will, you know, it will become what's yours. If you want to speed that up and be more in the joy of it's coming, then really, really start to also notice everything that comes in for you and see it as a sign of the thing that you're wanting is on its way to you. Whether it's your friend having mass amounts of success and it's the same success that you want, be like, thank you, thank you, thank you for showing me what's possible and showing me that this is what's going to happen to me too very soon. To like, you want love and you see two lovebirds, actual like birds on the beach or something, and you're like, thank you for showing me that I'm on the right track, right? Like, and it's about being open to the signs, and it's also not about fearing the universe. Ask for signs, ask to be shown 3 times, ask, demand an end timeline. I need to know by tonight. I need to be so clear. I need you to like literally, okay, not literally drop a bomb on me, but like, I need it to be so that I am without question of what to do. That's how clear I need it to be. I find that many have fear around how to talk to the universe, and do they need to speak in Shakespearean tongue and the different ways. And I just hope that that's supportive in helping you guys to clear that up and know you have power, you are co-creating, and you know, you're working with those energies. So invite them in like your best friend and be communing with them all day, every day, in all ways.
Absolutely. And by the way, just a little insight into how my brain works. When you were talking about lovebirds on the beach, I immediately pictured like 2 lovebirds with straw hats and sunglasses and like beach chairs, because in my mind, I'm 5. So I just wanted to share that cute little visualization that you just gave to me. And thank you for that, because it's really lovely. And also too, here's the thing is that people will say to me, you know, okay, so what if this? What if I want a perfect relationship with this person, right? And I want this person to love me, and I want all of these things. How can I do that? Because it's affecting free will. And that person has free will over what they do. I mean, we hear this a lot in terms of love. It's like love, money, and health. Career is probably last, actually, when it comes to like the major things that people want to know about and that people want to work with us with. Which is fine, because those are very, very primal, basic, important functionalities of human existence. So here's the deal. When it comes to other people, and when it comes to, as Melissa said, the structure, the outline, or the imprint of how you think something has to go, you can also block the manifestation that the universe is trying to bring to you. And, you know, I always use this analogy that the universe always brings you a gift, it always brings you what you want. But often it brings this beautiful gift in the form of like Dollar Tree wrapping paper. And you're like, oh, I don't want that. That's not exactly what it looks like. Like, that's in my mind. It's supposed to be tied up. It's supposed to come from Tiffany's, you know, whatever. And the universe is like, okay. And then it brings it back to you in a gift bag. And you're like, no, still not what I want. Then it brings it back to you in like a FedEx box. And if you would have taken the time to truly, literally and figuratively unpack that and see how it feels and see what's in store for you, you would see that what's inside and what's contained in that packaging or in that aesthetic is exactly what you want. And we find this a lot when we work with people on love and on, you know, on relationships specifically, because that is a tricky thing. When you energies and narratives and, you know, so on and so forth, it's a complex art, right? That's why people devote their entire lives to the study of it. If you have a relationship with another person that isn't going well, or that you think, I really want it to work with this person, there is only one step that you need to complete. And that is to become the essence of the ideal partner yourself, not who you think that person wants you to be, because that's always a slippery slope. But what would the ideal partner that you would want to receive love from look like to you? And then you become that, right? So I'm sure many of us have seen that when people are in a state of dating and they're like, you know, I'm in a needy place and I just want to find someone. Who do they hook up with? Who do they match up with? Other needy and codependent people who are also in the same space of, I just want to find someone. And then inevitably the relationship doesn't work because neither one of them was in full alignment with themselves when they came to the relationship. Or one person can be in alignment and the other person is not in alignment, and therefore it again is not going to work. And there's going to be a mismeasurement and misproportionality, I just made it a word, of energy and of energy dispersion. So the number one step and the only step that you can do when you want to fix your relationship or attract a brand new one is to get in alignment and become the vibratory essence of the ideal partner yourself. Because you're right, you can't affect the other person. Best case scenario, you're going to drop into your alignment. You're going to start vibrating and lighting up like a Christmas tree energetically. And that person's going to align with you. They're going to come to meet you. And if they don't, then it is that or something else that the universe has in store for you. But you have to, regardless, lose the idea of the packaging, of what that packaging needs to be and what it needs to look like. Because when you have a desire, the universe translates that automatically into the result, into the manifestation. So it's not about creating something, because it's never about creating, it's about aligning to it. So if you think, I want this, say you're listening to this right now and you're like, I'm single, I want this ideal person and I have to create him like ball of clay out of the ethers and then, you know, put him on planet Earth and then I'm going to meet him. He's already there. She's already there. Whoever's already there. But your frequency, if you're missing that in your life, is not lined up with it. So again, we go back to the one and only step, lining up your frequency with that. So I hope that's helpful, because I wanted to put that in, because it's just, you know, I'm sure you can agree, Melissa, one of the things that we hear the most is love. Love and money, I think, are the top.
I hear love, money, and then body, weight loss.
Yeah.
I would say those are like the top three. Yeah.
And what other stumbling blocks do you think?
Purpose.
Yeah.
What
other stumbling blocks do you think that are most common that, you know, you run up against or people that you're working with run up against?
I think I think the number one thing is wanting something but not realizing that you don't actually believe that you can have it. So it's the subconscious underlying beliefs that are really running the show. So and it's the desire for something, not realizing that what they really want is the feeling that they will get from having it. So the displacement of why they want the thing that they want and what they think it will do for them versus really being grounded in the truth of what's really going on. I find that that's like a huge, and that's a whole other layer of healing. And I find that the primary components missing there are really what it comes down to is the belief that you're not enough or not worthy or deserving of the thing that you actually want. And if you don't believe that you're worthy or deserving of the thing that you want, whether it's love, money, weight loss, optimal health, they're all running on the same vibrational frequency. They're all interchangeable. I find many when I work with my clients, we open them up to money and love just comes in. We open them up to love and money's a flowing. Weight loss comes off and all of a sudden everything in their life and they get the job and everything, because you can't positively up level in one area without positively impacting them all. But what you'll find is that underlying thread that's keeping the manifestations at bay, when you actually get under the hood with that one and look at it and start to shift your way in which you're operating in life. And, I always say, in order to get what you want, do the opposite of what you've done. Become the opposite of who you've been in order to get the things that you want that haven't been serving you in so many ways, right? So I find that is really one of the things that ends up being where the quote unquote work lies. But once you do uncover that, then you go, oh, I didn't realize that I had all these beliefs around money. And then that came from my father and this one came from my mother, and which ones are actually mine, and and then which one's society and things like that. So those are what I find are really what's under the hood when it comes down to manifestation. I do find, obviously, like doing the things that we teach in the course and such things as scripting and operating from that future self and being in the space of acting as if, and the visualizations. And I find that if you don't do, what we do in our Ultimate Intention course in those first, 2 weeks of really removing those blocks and understanding what they even are, that's usually, when we find that our clients are like, okay, I did not realize how many of those I had. And then once you remove, and even just not even removing them, but you bring awareness around them, then you start to see the movement and the momentum. And then all of a sudden it's like the signs are coming and the magic is flowing. And that's when it gets to be really fun.
Yeah, I love that. So for those of you that didn't make it into our 30-day manifestation class, it will be available at some point for everyone, I believe. We will have more details on when that will be, but I would highly, highly recommend, because the breakthroughs that we see are just incredible. So cup of tea takeaway for this week, we want to talk about it. So we're transitioning. We just transitioned into Scorpio season. Scorpio is represented in the tarot as the death card. There's a lot of cycles ending. This is all about the underworld, all about the underbelly. So when you think about Scorpio, automatically it's all the Halloween vibes. So it's about those darker realms of the shadow self. So if you find yourself this week really starting to confront what cycles in your life need to end, really take a closer look and make a list. I know Melissa and I talk about so much that, scripting it out and really asking yourself, are there natural death cycles that need to occur in my life right now? Relationships, even just self-doubt. Look outside and look at the trees. It is a beautiful reminder that every once in a while you have to let it all go and you have to shed. So that's my cup of tea takeaway. Melissa, what have you got to say for our viewers for the week ahead?
For the week ahead, guys. So first off, happy almost Halloween. Stay tuned because Olivia and I have something really cool that's coming out. So make sure to be watching our Cosmic Teas for our announcement for that. Also, we have our Dallas event, January 28th through the 30th. You can get your early bird ticket now to join us live for our Awaken Woman retreat. We're taking it on the road again to Dallas. So we'll put the link here for this upcoming week. I really would love for everybody to practice the art of presence and write down on a sticky note right now, power, presence is power. Presence is the gift. If you can just maximize being in this present moment, I promise you, we promise you, your manifestations will occur seamlessly because you're giving everything in that moment all of your energy. The next thing that we want to say is the month of November, we're going to be sharing on CosmicT. Our CosmicT will be doing a lot of giving. We'll be doing our Thanksgiving giveaway. And also we're going to be talking about giving and receiving and the art of both, because they're very, it's almost like karma. They're very reciprocal. And as easy as it sounds, like it is, like obviously you give and you receive, there's a lot more to it, and we're going to get into that. So definitely stay tuned and join us each week, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, for CosmicT with my beautiful co-host. That's right.
Well, I mean, don't let that secret out, but yeah.
I'm not top of my game today, as we can see, like my eyes, like I'm like all like, I'm a little sinusy over here, but I'm pulling it together for CosmicT. I am. Game face is on. Yes.
That's okay. It's been a week and you will survive. So will we. And we will see you back here next week for another episode of CosmicT. Stay safe, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.